Alright, guys, it's Doris. And if you saw the video that I released about Money in the Bank, the news for it, um, and talking about the card, I recorded that video on Saturday. And then, I don't know, my mind wandered and I uploaded it and then left it on private. I thought I made it public. I do apologize about that. Um, but I am going to go over the results of Money in the Bank. We had Big E win the men's Money in the Bank. Now, as you know, I was talking a couple of weeks back about there were some talk of Big E winning the Money in the Bank. So, from what I hear, the plan is for Big E to hold on to the briefcase. He is going to end up being drafted back to Raw, and he is going to challenge Lashley. Whether or not they start that challenge before or after the draft, because as you know, he can challenge any champion on any show. So, from what I hear, he's going to challenge Lashley. We know that tonight Goldberg is supposed to show up on Raw, and he is going to challenge Lashley. So I'm assuming Big E, they're going to end up holding off on him picking his champion. And that is going to end up being like around Rumble time or something like that. All right, so then for the women's, I was a little disappointed in how they ended the women's match. You had 6 women fighting on 3 different ladders. Nikki Cross climbed up and grabbed the briefcase amongst all of them, which is great. I love Nikki, but I just thought that it should have ended in a better way. That match, I thought, was a little underwhelming as far as the Money in the Bank match went. You may have a different opinion. Let me know what you thought of the match, of the women's title, of the women's ladder match. And then, unfortunately, I know that maybe Joseph Grohl is happy about this, but unfortunately, Charlotte Flair won the title. And I'm anxious to see what happens tonight on Raw. And if you watched the Rhea Charlotte match, you heard a huge, loud as shit chant going on saying, "We want Becky." Charlotte Flair did not appreciate this and ended up flipping the fans off. And part of the reason this chant was going on was because apparently Becky tweeted a picture of herself from Fort Worth, Texas, and mentioned the Money in the Bank ladies match. So a lot of fans thought she was going to come out and show up at Money in the Bank. She was backstage. She did not come out in the arena. So I think this is going to lay down a return for Becky Lynch tonight on Raw. So I'm assuming Rhea is going to be out for a little bit. Hence, possibly a return by Becky Lynch tonight on Raw, or in the coming weeks on Raw to challenge Charlotte Flair. And we will have a refurbishment of the Charlotte Flair Becky Lynch feud. And then we had the biggest pop of the night, I thought, was number 1, Big E winning the briefcase, and then John Cena returning at the end of the night, which, if you watched my Saturday night, that ended up being Monday afternoon video, I had said Cena was going to return and challenge Roman Reigns. He didn't come right out and challenge Roman Reigns, but he did step up to him and kind of let it be known that he was going to challenge Roman. Other than that, The Usos are new tag team champions. We had AJ Styles and Omos retain their titles. So really, there was only really one title change last night, which was Rhea Ripley losing her title to Charlotte. Other than the pre-show, the Mysterios versus the Usos, the Mysterios lost their titles, and the Edge Roman match, the Mysterios came down and prevented the Usos from interfering in the match, but Seth Rollins, who was upset about losing the Money in the Bank ladder match, interfered in the match because he said he felt like Edge took his spot to challenge Roman. Other than that, John Cena returning at the end of the night was really the second biggest pop of the night. And then apparently I watched Raw. I watched Money in the Bank last night around midnight when I got home from work. But apparently people that watched it live on Peacock had a lot of streaming issues. Apparently it was a Peacock issue. And they ended up having a widespread outage and streaming issues. They promised that they would resolve the issues, but yeah. So apparently, I'm not really sure how this is going to work with Peacock, but we will have to see how the other pay-per-views do, whether it's the crazy weather that caused the outage or if it was just their server not being up to par. Other than that, we got to look forward to tonight Goldberg being on Raw, which we talked about. And then, of course, hearing Lashley talk about absolutely destroying Kofi Kingston last night to retain his title. And that is what I believe is going to end up going to be the start of the storyline for the Big E Lashley thing. I think Lashley is going to take out Woods, and this is going to cause Big E to challenge Lashley to get revenge for his New Day counterparts. So other than that, peeps, that's really all I have. I will be streaming Monday Night Raw tonight, so we will see you then. If Becky Lynch does indeed return, like I think she's going to, and if Goldberg returns like it's been said that he's going to. Other than that, I think those are the only two possible surprises that we'll have on Raw tonight. So we'll have to see. I hope you join me for Raw, and we will watch it together. Another thing we'll have to see tonight is what Drew McIntyre's reaction is going to be to Jinder Mahal's two goons dragging him out of the arena during the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which ended up costing him his last opportunity to challenge Lashley for the belt. Really, I think those are the only things we have that are still up in the air for Raw. So, like I said, I'll be streaming Raw. We'll watch it together, and we'll see how these stories unfold. The Bobby Lashley Goldberg, the possible Becky Lynch Charlotte, and then the Drew Jinder storylines. All right, peeps. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys tonight. Thanks so much. Bye.